So what do I carry in my toolkit on the bike, on the Fatbike when I'm racing? Well, I've got an array of stuff here, some mechanical stuff and some puncher stuff and some weird stuff. What do I carry it in? I've got a little plastic container, nice, keeps it sealed, as long as you pack it well it doesn't rattle. In terms of tools, multi-tools, this is a Crank Brothers one. I got it as part of the race actually. Quite a nice one. It's got a chain breaker on there, very important. It's got an 8mm Allen key in case your pedals come loose, and then it's got far more stuff than I need, but every Allen key you fancy. Now in there I actually got a couple of Shimano chain pins. I don't actually use these myself, so I just stick them in there as a spare in case you get a chain breakage. Nice to fix. That all fits inside a little sleeve. So that's my multi-tool. Yeah, so that should fix anything I need. I've only ever had need of this once in 5 races, and that was just to tighten my handlebars. I didn't torque them up, my handlebars came loose. Anyway, multi-tool, gotta have it. Next things, again a chain related. I'm running 11 speed. I always use a split link. I'm also taking a 10 speed. I've got a friend who's riding with a 10 speed setup. Really good. People think these fail, but they never really do. I've had one come off once in all my cycling, and that was when I was in the wrong gear going downhill and the chain was flipping around. So yeah, quick easy fix. I've also got some lube. I can't see myself using it, but if that squeaky train is driving you so nuts, you can't bear it any longer. Bit of chain lube. So that's, I think, mechanical bits, and the rest of this is all about puncture repairs, flat tyres. So easy stuff first. A couple of CO2 cartridges and a CO2 chuck. So with fat bikes, big tyres, high volume, low pressures, during a stage you get a puncture, best thing to do is bung some more air in it. Yeah, it leaks out slowly, your sealant will probably seal it. Bung some more air in it, get to the end of the stage, and then relax with a beer and have a think about fixing it. Yeah, but you want to keep moving. So I carry CO2 here. I've also got CO2 in my backpacks. I can hit it with CO2 every 10k if I need to. That easy stuff, CO2. Next thing, so a thing of stands sealant. So if you're running tubeless and it's going down, most likely is your sealant's run dry. Doesn't really happen much with ghetto tubeless conversions. It can happen with tape. We use gaffer tape because that does leak a bit. I've had it happen to me in the desert when I was using tape. So with this you can unscrew your valve core and you can squirt some fresh stands in, and that'll probably fix it. So first thing, hit it with some CO2. That's not working, hit it with some more sealant. I've got a valve tool here. This is a nice one. This is anodized alloy. Hey, it cost me, I don't know, 15 bucks. Way over the top, but it does both Schrader valves and it does Presta valves. So I can take out the valve core, squirt in some sealant. Taking out the valve core can be dangerous if you lose the bloody thing in the sand. So I've got 2 valve cores here. I've got a Schrader valve core, and I'm actually running Prestas this year, although I don't like them. So I've got a Presta valve core as well. Take those in, sealant in. I've got this, and I'll carry it from the bike, although I don't really need to. This is a Presta to Schrader adapter. Might have an O-ring in it somewhere. Anyway, but all the four-wheel drive vehicles have air compressors, and so using one of those gives me a chance to reinflate the tyre. I don't need it on the race kits. The support crews can't help me during the race, but plug and play is in there. So small puncture, some more CO2, big puncture, sealant, bigger puncture still, and here's the plan there. Sticky string kit. This is actually a well-tight outside tyre repair kit, or bits thereof. But anyway, what you got in there is, behind these, I won't get them out, but these is 3 lengths here of sticky string. It's covered in, looks like a tubular tie goop, but anyway, goop. So if you got a puncture that won't seal with the sealant, you get a bit of string over this all. So it's got a gap in the top there. Put the string through, slather it in rubber solution, poke it in the tyre, pull it out, the string stays in, and then you get a knife to cut off the excess, so trim it down. Yeah. So, and I have used that, not in the race while riding, but I have used it on other tyres if you get a big punch that won't seal. So yeah, so little punches, more sealant with bigger punches, really big punches, and the last thing I've got, which is a bit of a curiosity, is I've got a suture needle with stuff attached, thread attached. So I've got this idea that if I get a really big puncture, I'll try and sew it shut. Yeah, I'm not carrying a tube this year. I don't think any point. I've seen the inside of the tyres, and it's like a porcupine. So I think breaking out your tubeless conversion, trying to get the tyre clean enough and getting rid of all the thorns, just ain't going to work. And even if it did work, you wouldn't get 10k before you got another puncture. Literally, there are hundreds of thorns in my tyres from last year's ride. So yeah, not carrying a tube, but really big punctures. I hope to be able to sew the thing shut. And I have used this actually on the inside of a guy's tyres. He had a split and sewed it up and worked okay for the rest of the race. But I think he was running tubes anyway. So that's that. So basically mechanical stuff, puncture stuff. Another odd thing, I carry a lighter. I'll carry it during the race as well, but I always carry one up in the Blue Mountains when I'm cycling, just in case you have a major catastrophe, a major mechanical or an accident, and you get stuck out overnight. I think it's better to be stuck out, sat next to a fire. So I carry that one. And then sort of last thing, wrapping some gaffer tape just around the outside of this, just a few turns, probably I don't know, half a metre of it. What can't you fix with gaffer tape? Well, you can fix anything with gaffer tape, given enough time. But I have actually used this in a weird situation. So out cycling with a mate Jörn, he was running tubed, he got a puncture, and it was pouring with rain, and we couldn't get the thing to stick on or stay on. So I ended up sort of gluing the patch in place and then binding it tight with gaffer tape, and that worked. That got us home, so it's useful stuff. So that is that, and all that's left is to try and fit it in the canister. So going in first, he's next biggest. Well, actually I'll do a CO2 down both sides. He goes in, and now it starts getting interesting. Let's bung him down. I want to end up with the CO2 chuck on the top, so I can get access to it. That's the first thing you're going to need. I wonder whether he'll Screw on there. Yep. D. A little bag somewhere. The little tiny little bits. Valve cores. I'll bung the sticky string in there as well. Later. You can slot down the side somewhere. The glue always dries up, so worth checking it's still liquid. So that's all sealed up inside there. That should be fine if I can get it in. Suture kit. Gas visor, diddly-dee, all the little bits of crap. CO2 chuck on the top. Shouldn't shake too much. Bent out of shape. And then some tape around the outside. I'll also put a tape over the top. But that's me done.